y'all? Good morning, and good morning. We are back for another show. Happy Wednesday, happy hump day to all my humpers out there. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day thus far. We're gonna get into our show. Hallelujah. I slept in just slightly a little bit today. Y'all know I'm off this week, so hallelujah to that. And thank you guys for joining. I hope y'all having a wonderful, wonderful day. It is Christmas Eve. I hope y'all got all your Christmas shopping done, all your grocery shopping done, so y'all can get in there and get them pots rattling and rolling. I'm gonna be doing some cooking today as well, and a few other things that I gotta do. I ain't gotta leave the house, thank God. Because that hustle and bustle, that traffic is gonna be a fool. And baby, y'all know my road rage is a fool. But thank y'all for joining. Let's go ahead and speak to my people to see who we have. Yes, you guys see it right on my screen, honey. In love and memory of Onika Tanya Mirage, aka Nicki Minaj, honey. Rest in peace to her career. Because baby, we're gonna get into her here in a minute. A lot of people have some things to say about her, and we're gonna walk it down. But thank y'all for joining the show. Forgive me, I had to move my show back just slightly a little bit, because I had to do something right quick, and I didn't know how long it was going to take, but we're here. So shout out to my top flight mods in the building. I see y'all here. Sweet Essence is here. Thank you, Sweet Essence, for being here. Let's continue. Who else we got? My other top flight mod is here. KBR, thanks for being here, love. Let's see. Lamore, who's that? Lamore. Is that a new name? She said Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, though. Okay. Thanks for being here, Lamore. Okay. Denise Slay is here. Deborah Clark is here. Who we got? Cassandra is here. Good morning. Let's keep scrolling. Tam C is in the building. Good morning. Big Steak is here. Vera Dockery is here. Erica Rogers is here. SA Rumpf, I'm sorry, is here. Simple Mom Family TV is here. That's a content creator. Y'all check her out and support. All right. Sherry Culpepper is here. Good morning and good morning. Valerie Rayleigh is here. Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, Shite. I hope I said that right. Good morning. Tiffany Thomas is here. Good morning, Ronnie. Good morning. Y'all speaking to everybody. I see you. Go ahead and keep those good mornings going. We're gonna go ahead and get into the show. Everything said in the video is alleged and in my opinion and is used for fair use and entertainment. All right. So let's take that down. All right, let me wet my whistle, y'all. I love me some Aquafina water. Oh, child. All right, let's get into the show. All right. I see you, Teresa West, Lisa Bell. I see you guys. Thank y'all for joining the show. All right, so politics is first. That's where we'll start. We don't have a lot of political stuff, maybe like 2 topics. And then we're going to get on into the mess, because we got a little mess to get into, child. All right. Thank you, Lisa Bell. She said, I'm here. Merry Christmas to you and your family. Same to you. Merry Christmas to everybody else. All right. We're going to have a good show today. Let's have a good show. All right. So shout out to the Neighborhood Talk. I kind of hinted yesterday that the Trump administration is set to start garnishing wages of the defaulted student loan borrowers in January. So coming up in January, child, while everybody's out celebrating the new year, Trump is like, oh, wait a minute, before you get too happy, I'm gonna need that student loan up off you. Okay. So that's unfortunate. I really wish that they would go ahead and sign off on to where they don't have to pay this shit back, because college students have enough to worry about. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot. It's expensive to go to college as hell, especially if you do not get student loans and or other means to pay for college. It could be a lot, like scholarships and stuff like that. But let's get into it, child. So it said to make sure that your student loans are in order. They didn't write that right, because it looks like the Trump administration is gearing up to start garnishing checks. Now, according to CNN, the Trump administration will begin garnishing wages of student loan borrowers in default starting in January. So the first notices will be sent out in about 1,000 borrowers during the week of January 7th, with the amount of borrowers increasing month by month. Now, wage garnishment applies to borrowers who have been in default for at least 270 days and allows the government to require non-federal employees to withhold part of a worker's paycheck to repay student loans. So, I mean, if you got a job, honey, they about to tap into your check. You be like, bitch, I thought I worked 40 hours. Why the fuck is my check $25? Because that's because Trump and them done tapped into your check. All right. Some of y'all gonna be like, damn, I ain't got no, do I got any kids? Y'all gonna be looking at your check like, bitch, do I got any kids? Fuck, they taking out child support for? Oh, that ain't child support, that's something else. Because y'all know black people, we gonna add it up to the penny, honey. When you look at that check, you be like, bitch, who the fuck is FICA? that's how I used to be when I first started working, baby. They took all that shit out my check. I was like, all right, because I done added my shit up. Like, all right, I know this week I'm gonna get da-da-da. I'm like, FICA? Who the hell is FICA taking all this shit out my check? But child, yesterday about to be tapping in y'all paychecks if y'all owe some student loans. So make sure y'all handle your business on that. All right. Because it's different than when they take it versus you paying. When you paying it, you can control it. But when they taking your shit out, it's a percentage. So let's continue. Said that the move allows or follows whether the administration's earlier decision to restart collections on defaulted federal student loans. As of April, more than 5 million borrowers were in default. Damn. With nearly 4 million more delinquent. Y'all know what pisses me off? Let me talk a little political right quick. What pisses me off is they have money to send to foreigners who really don't like us any fucking way to support other countries that I don't feel like it's really our business. And I'm not trying to be insensitive, but I feel like it's our business if other countries are suffering and dealing with the shit they're dealing with when we have people who are homeless, who are in student loan defaults and shit like that, where I feel the money can go towards versus people who want to bomb us anyway. You feel me? Like if they had the opportunity, they would be at war with us. They would take us out because they don't really fuck with Americans anyway. But we are sending not millions, but billions with a B over to other countries that I don't feel deserve our funding when we should put that towards our people. Like I would, if I was president, I would put that money towards children or people, because not just children go to college nowadays, it's people, period. A lot of people go back to school as adults, but I would put that money towards individuals who want to further their education, because that's only going to be beneficial for you in the end. And for the economy, right? Because you want people that go back to college and get an education in areas that's going to be beneficial to the American people, just to society, to Americans, period. Like, but then again, think about all the people who've gone to college and you still can't find jobs in the area that you chose to get your degree in or your major in. Think about that. That shit is expensive as fuck for you to go to college to be, let's say, an attorney, and you can't even find a job, or be, whatever the case may be, whatever you go back to school or go to school to get your major in or get into, college education in. A lot of times you can't find jobs in the way that they're laying off people, and it's crazy. It's crazy. But if I were president, I would focus on those things. One, putting money towards getting funding for if you're going to get the homeless people up off the street. You got to follow through with it. Like, thank you for cleaning up the streets. But where are you putting these people when you take their homeless camps and their tents and shit up from the streets and other places, alleyways? Where are you? What's the next step? You got to follow through with that. And I feel like we have the funding, just like they had the funding whenever the food stamps was on pause. I feel like they had the money for that, but they put it where they wanted to put it, like in the fucking White House to renovate the White House. Who gives a fuck about a ballroom when you have people who are not going to be able to eat and pay their bills? Student loans, like, wipe that shit out, because it can be done. That's one of the things you don't want a student to have to worry about, because they already eat oodles and noodles and shit, and having to figure out how they're going to survive and pay for books. Like, that shit is expensive. I went to college. I know how this shit works. Books are expensive. Going to school is expensive. And if you don't want kids out here robbing and committing crimes, and they're choosing to go to college to better themselves, like, help them out. Because you have a lot of parents, and a lot of these kids that's going to school are in single parent households where they don't have another parent that's bringing in a second income to help them or help push them along. So, hey, mama's sitting at home like, bitch, listen, I'm only able to get, food on the table, pay lights, just like basic, they're, check to check. So the last thing you want to do is to be tapping in if a college student decides that they're going to get a job to help push things along so that they can take care of themselves while they're in school. The last thing you want to do is garnish their fucking wages. Like, it make it pointless. It's like a catch-22. It's like a double-edged sword if you look at it, right? Oh my God. But that's what they're doing. I'm not in agreement with this. But then again, look who the motherfucker is that's initiating it, right? Ugh. Let's move on. Let's child, because that's about to make me mad. I think about my son, he might want to go to college one day too. So if you guys are so focused on trying to take from our people versus helping our people, you giving, and before I move on, I got to say this because we just talked about this yesterday. They are talking about giving $3,000 to foreigners to self-deport. But then over here, you are garnishing college students' wages for not paying back a fucking student loan. Do y'all see where we're going with this? Y'all see where we're going with this? You are giving $3,000. Why not give that to college students? Why not give that to college students or put it towards their student loan? I'm saying it's let's get into some Jasmine Crockett news. It just don't make sense. When you have a person who don't have a love for people and who don't understand struggle in office, okay, that's why President Obama was definitely one of the best presidents, I feel, because you got to have a person in office who love people, who have a heart for people, and who fucking know about struggle and who been in that shit. If you don't know nothing about struggle, you can't help people that's struggling because you don't understand it. We got a person that Trump don't understand that shit. If you've never been without a meal, if you've never been in a single family household where you don't know how you going to survive, when you get in office, you are going to only cater to people who had that silver spoon mentality. Period. That's why he's focusing on the rich. What about the people who's struggling? You got to be able to do it both ways. All right. You just do. Let's get into Jasmine Crockett. Jasmine Crockett says that J.D. Vance is only vice president because of what she claims happened to the previous vice president. She did on that. Let's get into it. Shout out, it's on.
And that is actually what they are fearful of, is my authenticity, because it rings true with every single American, whether they're a Texan or not. It rings true that I am fighting for real everyday people. And instead of talking about policy, when you're talking about the record speaks for itself, baby, let's talk about your record. Because the only reason you're the vice president is because the current president tried to have his last president killed. Let's talk about qualifications. And that is actually what they are fearful of. Is
a read right there. Baby, this is why they don't want her in office. Because she say the shit that other people want to say, but won't say because they scared. She gonna always come through and say exactly how she feels. I need to hear that one more time, child, because that just blessed my spirit right there.
My authenticity, because it rings true with every single American, whether they're a Texan or not. It rings true that I am fighting for real everyday people. And instead of talking about policy, when you're talking about the record speaks for itself, baby, let's talk about your record. Because the only reason you're the vice president is because the current president tried to have his last president killed. Let's talk about qualifications. And that is actually what.
And Jasmine Crockett. Oh, Jasmine Crockett. The record speaks for itself. She wants to be a senator, though her street girl persona is about as real as her nails.
See how he went on attack of her physical appearance? You can't touch that education, though. I bet you didn't mention her education. I bet you didn't mention her qualifications. I bet you didn't mention that. See, that you can't read her in that area because you know she got it. That's why you intimidated. That's why you're intimidated, because she's trying to get in that spot, right? Always, a person that's intimidated by you. Let me educate somebody this morning. Okay, I've experienced it as well. A person who is thoroughly, I gotta say thoroughly intimidated by you will always go for your looks, something that's so minute that don't nobody give a fuck about. Okay, they will always attack the very thing that they are inferior of, that they worry about. Notice he came for her nails are fake, her ghetto hood persona appearance. You're indirectly trying to attack her. I'm gonna say her race. Not everybody that's black is hood. Okay, it's all right for her to have a little hood. She need that so she can check y'all ass. All right, period. She need a little hood in her so she can check y'all right. We don't need no soft, moist ass African American woman in office speaking that that white lingo. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And we ain't taking no. It's not about race. But I don't want no soft bitch in office. Let's just go ahead and be raw with it. Yes, so J.D. Vance, nah. I want a bitch just gonna talk like this with a hand like this. This mean you really mean your shit. You can attack her education and her qualification because you know she's qualified. You know she's educated, probably more educated than him. You know she know her shit, and you know she's gonna be a fucking problem when she get in office. Not a bad, I ain't talking about in a bad way. She's gonna be a problem if she win this particular office that she's running for, and they know this. So now it's let me attack her, her persona, her the fact that she got on fake nails. Who gives a fuck about some nails if she coming in office and kicking the door down and she's putting people in place and doing the things that needs to be done to help the people that needs to be helped. That's all I care about. I don't fuck about no glasses. I don't care about her wig, her weave, her lace front. I don't care about her nails. I don't care what color her nails are. If she coming in there and doing what needs to be done, who gives a fuck about all that other stuff? A person who is always intimidated by you will always attack your looks and things that don't nobody give a fuck about. Man, you talked about my head. It's a lot of knowledge in this head. Look at me. I stay elevating. You know why? Because a bitch is smart. Can't touch me in that area. Talk about my looks all day. Bitch, I'm fine. Tell you that. I'll tell you that. Bitch, stay elevating. I stay moving up. You know why? Because it's here. Who gives a fuck about this? I can get an accident today and my face can be fucked up. But if I still got it up here, I can still move forward and do the things I need to do. It's shit, I can get plastic surgery if I ever get in a place where I need it. But bitch, that knowledge, that's why I keep telling y'all, that's one thing they can, as long as it's in you, what's on you, who gives a fuck about that? Appearance, who cares? Get it in you, because you can't touch what's in me, right? You can't touch what's in me. And it shows how shallow a person is when you only can see what's here versus what's within. You can't touch it, and it bothers you. It bothers you. You can't sleep at night because you know what's in me, because you can't fuck with it. And every time I open my mouth, it exudes the very thing that makes you nervous. Knowledge is power. When they look at her, they see power because she's powerful because of her knowledge. And they don't want her there, specifically because she's Black. I keep telling y'all, back in the day, they don't want Black people to read and to be knowledgeable. That when they saw us with books, we had to hide books. We had to hide the fact that we were knowledgeable and could read. Because Black people had the one thing that a lot of other cultures did not have, and that's determination. Because of where we came from, because of the hand that we were dealt back in the day. So Black people said, I'm going to get something that they don't know I have, and that's knowledge. They went out in them cotton fields and they picked that cotton and they hummed them tunes. And they pretended not to be what they saw. But at the right time and in the right moments, they were able to use that knowledge. I keep telling y'all, the old people saying this. My grandmother says it, and I love it. And when she said it the first time, I was like, huh? But then I thought about it. I was like, oh my God. Get all you can and can all you get. Y'all understand that? I keep going back to the mason jars of how the older people is preparing for something else that's to come. They use mason jars to put food in, and when they seal those mason jars and put them on the counter or in the cabinets, that's for later on. That's in case shit happen. That's knowledge. So why people even think about that shit? Because they had that proud mentality. Oh, we don't need to do that. Because we're white. We're going to always have food. Black people say, hey, what if a storm comes? What if a war comes? We got to go out underground in this bitch. Boop. Pop that can open, baby. Everybody eat, right? We have survival modes like a motherfucker when it comes to survival. Jasmine Crockett comes from that era by way of ancestry, but she still comes from that era, and she understands the assignment. She understands the assignment, and they see that, and they're intimidated like a mother by that shit, and I love it. Knowledge is power. Get all the knowledge you can. I stay studying, and that's how I'm able to move ahead like I do. A lot of people look at me with this position, like, I don't know if she deserves that. Fuck what you think I deserve. It's not a question of if I deserve it. Am I qualified? That's what we're looking at. Qualifications take, a lot of people can get places. Let me tell you something. We have a lot of people that are getting positions and moving up in this world with knowledge over degrees. I've seen it. People get a job faster than a person with a degree over knowledge. You know why? Because companies don't want to pay to educate people on a particular, or train a person on job. They got to pay you for training. So if I come in the door already knowing what you're going to pay this person that's coming in the door with 3, 4, 5 degrees over, you still got to train them. So if they can cut costs by saying, this girl right here, I already know the job, I'm going to hire her over a person that has 5 degrees. You can have a master's degree. I can walk in with a bachelor's degree and walk past you. You know why? Knowledge. Knowledge. That's why I tell you, on your job, y'all got jobs. If y'all have jobs, favor too. Favor definitely is attached to that. Favor and knowledge would definitely take you a long way. But, and I keep telling y'all, always cross-train. Don't always get comfortable in the position that you're in. I don't like comfortability. Yeah, I like to be comfortable, but comfortability sometimes can kind of hold you back a little bit. Always think in the mindset of, what can I do next? How can I go further? If you're in a job where you can't go no further than where you are, you need a new job. Because the goal is always to move forward, right? So always make sure, and all jobs have it, that you can shadow with someone to see what it is they do. Because jobs are always getting rid of people. So you want to always expand your knowledge to know what they do. Hell, I want to know what my boss do. Because I might could take your position one day. And it's not that I'm in it to just tear somebody down. But the goal is to grow. And if you're in a place where you cannot grow, you're in the wrong place. Because you get a lot of people that's comfortable. Well, you know, I'm paying my bills. Yeah, that's great. But if you're making $60,000, don't $80,000 sound better? I'm just saying. That's my mentality. And I've always thought that way. How can I better myself? And yeah, that's just a little teaching moment. Don't ever get too comfortable where you are. Always train, always read. I read a lot. And anything that you read sticks here. Educate yourself wherever you are. Cross-train. Anything that you can do in order to move forward, because it's going to help you in the long run. The more you know, the more you grow. That's a true saying. The more you know, the more you grow. I stay cross-training and I love it. And it helps me. I can put that shit on my resume and say, I know that. You don't got to train me. Y'all ain't got to spend this company. Y'all ain't got to spend no money. Because she already know it. We already know it. So that's how you got to do it. But shout out to Jasmine Crockett. I love her. I love the way she think. I love the way she handle these fucking haters. Like, yeah. JD Vance, sit down somewhere. Let's move on. That's a little teaching moment. All right. I know we have teaching moments here. All right, let's move on. We are done with politics. Yeah, child. When you know who you are, baby, forget all that other stuff. When you know who you are, reading is fundamental. Thank you for putting that there. Sweet essence. Reading is very much so fundamental. Read and educate yourself. Black people, that's something that we could not have back in the day. And it boils me to see Black people not wanting to go back to school and at least get your education in high school. Like, at least go back and get that. You know, not everybody is college, material. Not everybody want to go to college, and that's fine. But at least if you dropped out of school and you did not get your high school diploma, go back and get that shit, because that's needed. That's needed. That's something that we could not get back in the day, was education. So it's so crazy how people don't want to do that. Like, go back and do that. That's the least you can do. Okay. That's the least you can do. All right. So racist Clay County, Florida school board member prompt calls for resignation and said that he said that 80% of Black people are nasty, rude, and problematic. Where did those numbers come from? Let's get into this, because we got to talk about this. Let's go.
Have had 80% more negative experience with the African American community in this country than with white people.
Words from Clay County School Board member Robert Alvaro sparking outrage online and all the way in Tallahassee. In a video posted to social media, the recently elected board member and Jacksonville firefighter makes comments about the African American community.
Because they're good, decent people, but that's the 20% of the people I have met, the African Americans. The other 80%, they're being nasty, they're being rude, They've been problematic.
Alvaro also mentions far right-wing political commentator Nick Fuentes and his views on racism.
Also about what Nick Fuentes says, that everybody has a little bit of racism on them. I agree.
The video has already been taken down from Alvaro's social media page, and he posted this video Saturday apologizing.
And I sincerely apologize if I offended anyone. That was never my intention.
The calls for his resignation continue. In a statement posted on social media Sunday, Clay County School Board Chair Aaron Skipper wrote, "I'm aware of the recent comments made by a fellow school board member, Mr. Alvaro. The remarks do not reflect the values of our school district and are unacceptable. I sincerely hope this member does the right thing and considers resigning." The video also catching the attention of Florida's education commissioner, who called Alvaro's post, quote, unprofessional and discriminatory. Writing in a letter, Commissioner Anastasios Kamoutsa stated that 17.8% of Clay County students are African American, and they would be disappointed to learn of Alvaro's views during the holiday season. Parents of Clay County students are joining the calls for Alvaro's resignation. I spoke with Justine Galbraith, whose children attend schools in Alvaro's district. She called his language offensive.
You have any kind of racial stereotype running through your mind, it raises some real concern about any bias in the decisions that you're making, that may affect students.
Galbraith tells me she hopes Alvaro will resign and public trust can be restored.
We need people to know, the people who are leading our schools see every student as deserving that, quality education, the respect, equal access. That has to be the end of the line at the end of the day with the school board.
Now, a spokesperson for the Clay County School District clarifies, since school board members are constitutional officers, their terms can only end if they resign or if the governor removes them from office. I reached out to Governor Ron DeSantis' office to see if he is aware of the video. I have not heard back yet. I also reached out to Alvaro multiple times today. I'm still waiting to hear back from him as well.
Girl, he ain't about to call you, babe.
The education commissioner is asking Alvaro to appear before the State Board of Education on January 21st. The Clay County School Board meets again on January 8th. Heather.
I have had.
Ain't it crazy how when a person says something that's racist, they don't feel compelled to apologize until it looks like they're about to lose their job? Ain't that crazy? 80%. This motherfucker said 80% of black people are nasty, rude, and problematic. What kind of black people are you hanging around? Because again, we have a lot of educated black people who know how to act and who's not on that kind of time out here being ghetto, ratchet, loud, rude, nasty, problematic, as you call them. I don't hang around them kind of people because you are what you hang around, right? Now, we can be nasty if you rub us the wrong way. Mess around and say that N-word. Yeah, mess around and say the N-word around 80% of black people. You will get nasty, rude, and problematic, okay? Maybe the black people that you hanging around because your attitude and the way that you approach, because I keep saying tone and delivery, honey. If you are on that type of attitude around black people, yeah, 80% of them will get off in your ass. That's just a troll. That's a known fact. But yeah, we're not, most of us are not rude. Most of us are not nasty. Most of us are not problematic. Okay, because we got shit going on. You got shit going on. You're not going to be problematic because you're going to protect your shit. So maybe it's you. And I heard a little weird foreign accent there. Do we need to go ahead and call ICE on your ass? See? Because you might need to go ahead and take that $3,000 that Trump is talking about and go ahead and self-deport. I heard some of that Taliban shit coming out of you. That's what I heard. Don't sound like you from these parts anyway. So why the fuck are you worried about black folk when you probably ain't supposed to be around our ass anyway, according to that accent I heard? Let me hear it again. Let's see.
80% more negative experience.
Yeah, don't sound like you belong here. You belong here
with the African American community in this country than with white people.
Words from Clay County School Board.
Sound like you belong here. Did y'all catch it? Go get your $3,000 in self-deporting because you don't sound like you're supposed to be here, and you did not apologize because you were wrong in what you said. I have a problem with people who apologize for shit that they meant to say. I don't like to apologize because most of the shit I say I mean to say. Okay, now 9 times out of 10, maybe 2% of the time I might let some shit fly out. I'll be like, "Oh, real, that was kind of fucked up." But then we're gonna move on with our life. If you don't, if it bothers you that bad or that deep, it's always therapy, right? But at the end of the day, in this situation right here, sir, I really think that you should definitely resign. You should definitely resign and go ahead and take that $3,000 and wherever the fuck you came from, go ahead and fly your ass back there and never come back. Okay, if you feel that way about black people, we are here to stay. I don't know why white people feel like and or think that there's some other universe that black people are supposed to live in outside of Earth where everyone else resides. Like, we have just as much right to be here as well. We didn't ask to be in this motherfucker anyway. We was in Africa like chilling. Okay, that's where we were. Motherfuckers put us on a boat. That's probably why my ass don't want to go on no fucking cruise now. That's how we got here. I'm laughing, but I'm dead ass, right? We asked to be here. We were in Africa, which I hear is beautiful, with lions and tigers and bears. Oh my. And they brought our ass up over here and put us they tricked us to tell us we were coming to a beautiful place, the home of the free and the land of the brave. That shit. And it was like this on a damn, flag that we didn't understand that shit anyway. We were in Africa over there with Nelly and Celie and them fools. Yeah. Motherfucking 80% of black people. Let me say it in his, let me see, can I do his accent? 80% of the people, black people are nasty, wood. You can't even say rude. That's why your ass not supposed to be here. You can't even speak the language properly. They are naughty, they are wood, and pop it up out there. So you can't even speak it. So why are you here? It sounds like I don't want to go too far. I don't want to be like Nikki and get canceled, okay? Because it's something I want to say that I can't just say. We here with it, bitch. And I gotta say that. I gotta call you a bitch because that's bitch behavior, bitch boy behavior. If you hate black people that much, maybe you need to stay out the hood. Because that's usually where nasty, rude, problematic individuals be most of the time, okay? Niggas that stand out on the block, that's pushing weight and cussing hoes out, okay? Yeah, them. Stay out the hood. And nothing against nobody in my chat that's watching that's from the hood. I'm just saying that hood mentality and behavior, okay? People don't really care about life. They just out here. They're just out here living or existing, rather. Okay, stay away from them type of people. Maybe it's the people you hang around. Because I know some white people that's very rude, nasty, and problematic too. That's universal in all cultures, not just black. So we're really not about to attach that to a race in terms of saying that just all black people are nasty, rude, and problematic. White people that way. It's some Mexicans that's that way. Okay, I ain't gonna never let a bitch tell me that's walking around on an everyday in a damn prom dress and lace socks and some damn church shoes get a fucking attitude with me, because bitch, you ain't even dressed right. Okay, that's how Mexicans dress. You do. He's out here with a whole prom dress, lace, Easter socks, and some fucking church shoes and gonna get a fucking attitude with me. Okay, again, ICE, do your job. Okay, let me get off there. Y'all know they do. Mexican people, y'all don't dress right, first of all. So for you to get an attitude with me, I can't even get mad at that shit when I see what you got on. Like, why you got on fucking prom dress out here with fucking lace socks? Out here click-clacking around like you got on tap shoes and go get a fucking attitude with me? Bitch, sit down. All right, moving right along. Let's get into some crime talk. All right, put my trigger warning band up. Yeah, get out of here. You got on lace socks, bitch. You can't check me. Bitch cannot check me with lace socks and click-clacking around here with a fucking attitude. Then when I get an attitude, I'm rude, nasty, and problematic. Them three. All right, so let's get into it. Let's share. Girl, bye. Let's wave you away, girl. Wave you away. Oh, it's the audacity. It's the audacity, girl. All right. Okay. So, I feel, okay, because my opinion kind of do matter. I feel that these damn teachers or anyone, and I said this before, that mess with children, have inappropriate relationships with children, I feel that the time should not be 5-6 years, and I don't feel like you learned your lesson behind that. I don't feel like probation is needed. I feel like you just need to get some hard time because, bitch, you know better. All right. So this lady here, Bergman, starts crying in court only when she hears what her sentence is going to be. Now, you weren't crying when you was having this full-fledged relationship with a child who was 15 years old. Okay. Well, fifth grade, rather. Fifth grade. This child was in fifth grade, and she was having a full-blown relationship with a fifth grader. I keep saying, what the fuck can a fifth grader say to you that make you be like, bitch, this the one? nothing a child can say to me that could turn my head and be like, bitch. But let's get into this. Because when I saw this, I said, okay. See, this is some rude, problematic shit right here, sir, if you want to see it. It's right here on my screen. But Madison Bergman bawled during her sentence after she pled guilty to 3 criminal counts involving an inappropriate relationship with her 5th grade student. The judge sentenced her to 6 years in prison, followed by 6 years of extended supervision. All right. Of course, you know, she's going to have to register as an SEX offender, as she should in Wisconsin. All right. So after the judge read her sentence, Bergman was asked to calm down so they could continue. This is something that we always see where they get so emotional, like Carl Thomas, and start all this fucking crying. You weren't crying when you was doing the shit you were doing. So pipe down and hear your whole sentence, girl. He ain't done. You just start crying when you heard 6 years. But let's get into this. Y'all know I love shit like this. Let's go.
I do think this is a prison case
This is
because
sad.
for all the reasons that I've indicated. I think that a more appropriate sentence, and the sentence that I will hand down here today, is I'm going to order that Ms. Bergman be incarcerated in the Wisconsin State Prison System for 6 years. And that she serve 6 years on extended supervision thereafter. That's on count 3. With regard to counts 6 and 8, I'm going to order 1.5 years of incarceration on each. That's the maximum sentence. And 2 years of extended supervision on each. And I am going to run all of this concurrent. I think
You turn around. That's all.
essentially the outcome here is 6 years in the state prison, 6 years of extended
Y'all see any tears? Because I don't.
supervision is an appropriate sentence given everything I've heard here today. And I've discussed with you. Now, Ms. Bergman, you're going to have to calm down for a minute because I have to give you some more. All right. I do think.
All right, so let's get to the next part because she ain't done, child. Let's get to the next one. Hold on. All right.
I do think this is a prison case because for all the reasons that I've indicated.
Hold up. Is that one? Hold on. Right here. Yeah.
Emails that exchanged between the two were from November 29 of 23 to October 29 of 23, according to the investigating officer. There were 34 emails, and nothing untoward specifically, but nothing about learning, or I think that's the way the officer referred to it. Nothing about learning from the teacher to the student, the 11-year-old. Then, a couple of months go by, and we get to December 26th of 23 for the first message. And obviously, I didn't go through all the messages. There were 35,000 messages or so.
Y'all, it is. This is who we got teaching our kids nowadays. When I go to my son's school, I be like, that's a teacher? That child look like she's supposed to be in high school. A lot of these teachers are getting, and nothing wrong, nothing against teachers, because I love the fact that you guys have dedicated yourselves to educating our children because they need it. But I'm looking at some of these teachers are getting younger and younger and younger. Like, do the kids like really respect them, or do they see them as somebody that they're gonna hit and quit? That's my thing. Teachers are getting younger and younger as they are going into these schools and teaching our kids. Like, it ain't like how Miss Roberta used to be back in the day when she was a teacher. Okay, like the kids, it's like they do not. That's why your kids are so out of fucking control and they don't respect these teachers, because hell, they look like their age. They don't respect these damn teachers. This is wild work for a teacher to send 35,000 messages to a 5th grader. Inappropriate message. None of these messages, as you guys just heard the judge say, none of them had anything to do with teaching and or learning. This lady sent 35,000 1,000 messages to a fifth grader. I'm taking they were sexual. That's why your ass is sitting here in this orange right now. So this is why you need to go teach. Parents, do not be sending your kids to school and not know who your fucking teacher is or their fucking teacher is. Get up there, talk to their teachers, kind of get a feel and a vibe in terms of who is teaching your child. I know my son's teacher. Damn sure do. I'm at the school all the time. I'm at the school not because my son is cutting up, but I'm there all the time to make my presence known. Like, don't be on no shit. Because I'm that parent that care about mine. So yeah, you can never send my child no message. You can never talk crazy to mine. And yes, I'm that parent that want to make sure my child is learning and that the person that's teaching my child is on the right type of shit. 35,000 messages. It's got to be something mental going on with this person right here on my screen. And for you to sit and cry like the justice system is doing something so bad to you when fully you deserve that shit. You are exposing this child. Some of the stuff that you were saying in these text messages, and I don't even know what was said, but I know the shit had to be hella inappropriate for you to be getting 6 years. 35,000 sexual messages, inappropriate messages to a fifth grader. You're feeding the mind of this fifth grader things that they should not even be fucking exposed to at that moment. That is so crazy. I just never understand this shit. Go to the schools and know who exactly is around and are teaching your kids, because you could have a fucking pedo teaching your child. This is a pedo on my screen. Pedos are not just men now. We got a lot of women out here that's on some crazy wild shit when it comes to being with kids. And this is not the first case that we've seen and or heard of about women being inappropriate with their students. I told you guys a while back where this girl was failing her grade and she said, hey, her teacher told her, if you want to get an A, you got to drop them draws. You got to give it up, baby. Give it up. You got to do some things if you want to make an A in my class. She was struggling and failing, and her teacher propositioned that she do sexual favors for an A. That she did not, well, she earned it, I guess. She got an A in the end, but.
So I went through the ones that were provided to me and paged through the exhibits that we had from our original preliminary hearing.
Start that shit. Don't start it.
But they were provided to me in the PSI, largely and to some degree in the original, in the amended complaint. The last message I saw was from about April 29. Total text 35,429. So between those dates, I did some math, Ms. Allen, and I came up with about 125 days or 283 texts per day.
That's extreme. What person in their right mind send 284 fucking texts in a day to a child? I don't want nobody texting me. I don't even want 3 texts from nobody a day. Like, that's too much for me. Because I just want to be left alone. Like, hit me one time, like, hey, Rail, da-da-da. Don't keep texting me. Like, after that, I feel like I'm being stalked. But 200 and something times a day, that's stalking. Girl.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
On its face. Now, I'm a 67-year-old judge, so I may not text like some, but this level of contact between a 24-year-old teacher and an 11-year-old student going to an elementary school here in Hudson is unbelievable.
Yeah. Y'all heard enough, child. That's the string. 284 texts in a fucking day. 35,000 messages in total that they were able to recover from the teacher to the student. That's extreme. I feel like 6 years is not enough. I'm sorry, Judge. Now, if I feel like somebody, Bonquisha was sitting in that same seat with that orange on, I feel like that 6 probably would have been rounded to the nearest 1,000. Her ass would have been getting more than 6 years. And I'm just saying, justice system, y'all need to do better. You need to do better. Because Becky should not be getting 6 years and somebody else, you know, from our culture get more time for the same fucking crime. And we're seeing that a lot. And I don't like it. Let's continue. All right. We got to do better, child. We got to do better. Let's keep the trigger on. Let's get through it, child. This is a segment of the show I hope y'all enjoy. Shout out to Heaven Lee and not the dentist. So a teen is accused of powering unaliving of an 8-year-old brother ordered to remain in detention. All right. Again, parents, let's step it up. Let's step it up. If you have weapons at home, they should be locked up in a safe to where your children are not able to put their hands on them, because it can be dangerous. In this situation, it was an accident that occurred where this teen, was handling a weapon and did not know what the fuck he was doing, and the weapon went off, and he unalived his brother. So, of course, he has to be held accountable for said crime. So the 13-year-old was charged with manslaughter in connection with the July 25th shooting, or powing, unaliving of his 8-year-old brother, Daniel Carreras, in the 3500 block of Bob Villa Street. Let's go ahead and listen up to what the judge had to say. Oh, my bad.
Should not be here.
No.
At all.
A 13-year-old accused of fatally shooting his brother last month back in court. On July 25th, the teen was handling a gun when police said it appears it accidentally went off, the bullet hitting and killing his 8-year-old brother. The teen's father in court emotional, saying his son wasn't allowed to go to his brother's funeral.
I'm sorry you missed your brother's funeral. That was never my intent.
Judge William Cruz Shaw said if the teen's grandmother's home was thoroughly searched for firearms and ammunition, he started counseling, and stayed out of trouble in juvenile detention, he would consider releasing him to his grandmother next hearing, which is scheduled for August 25th.
He should not be here.
No.
At all.
A 13-year-old accused of fatally
All right, let's read. All right, so a teen is accused of the unaliving death of an 8-year-old brother, ordered to remain in detention despite pleas from family and lawyers representing him. A teenager accused of powing and unaliving his brother will remain in detention at the Bexar County Associate Juvenile Court. Judge ruled on Thursday. So the 13-year-old was charged with, as I told you guys, manslaughter in connection with the unaliving of his brother. The pow accidentally went off while the teen was wash handling it, according to a San Antonio police. Now, in court on Thursday, officials says that the teen had done well in detention and suggested a possible GBS in-house arrest release to his grandmother. The boy's lawyer also supported and released. The boy's lawyer also supported the release, pointing to no disciplinary issues before receiving the manslaughter charge. Says, however, lawyers for the state urged for the teen to remain in detention, pointing to several past violations of his initial release in August. Again, parents, we got to step it up. All right. And if you are weapon owners, you definitely got to put them up. Okay. Because we're seeing a lot of this where kids are bringing weapons to school. And we see a lot of powings in schools because parents are not putting weapons where they're supposed to be, locking them up. No, how old is the child? 13-year-old should be walking around with a pow for what? And now you've unalived your brother. You did not even get to pay your respects to your brother because you are in a juvenile detention hall. We've seen a lot of these cases right here, and it's not safe for parents to bring their kids. It's against the law. Check this out. It's against the law to not take your children to school. But for parents like myself who feel nervous about sending my child to school, when I know that situations like this occur where children are bringing weapons, not just pows, but knives, we got to say it that way for YouTube's sake, to school because they have beef with another student. Suppose they break out fighting in a class that my son is in, and my son get injured or pow in a situation that he had nothing to do with when I'm just sending him to school to learn. He was just in the wrong place at the wrong fucking time. So as parents, we got to step it up. Go through your kids' book bags. If they live in your house, it should not ever be to, oh, this is my book bag. This is my room. F that. I grew up in an era where my mama would go in my room. Hell, my mama would take the whole fucking door off if I act up, baby. You don't get no privacy. Where? In my house? Baby, no. Take the whole door off. Take the whole door off. You know, these kids nowadays are so damn privileged, and they can have too many, they have too much, they just get too much. Again, I'm old school. Yes, I'm old school, and I thank God I was raised that way because it definitely gives me the mindset in terms of how I parent right now. I'm no nonsense when it comes to mine because I'm raising a black man. Now I want my son to be in the system, and me and his father talk to him all the time about the do's and the don'ts and keeping your attitude right, because sometimes you have a bad attitude and it can put you in a place you do not want to be, where mom and daddy can't touch you. And I don't ever want mine to be there. I ain't got but one. So I don't want to be fighting the system to get my son back over some bullshit. But at the end of the day, as parents, we definitely got to be in our kids' business. If they stay in your house, they got to go by your rules. Okay. That means you can go through their device, you can go through their phone, you can take their phone, especially if you're paying the fucking bill. I don't know why these parents, like these kids get so much privilege and they have so much say-so over what they do, where they go. None of that. Like, yes, you say, Mom, yes, I would like to do this. Okay, but ultimately it's our decision as parents. And the way the system is set up now, when your kids commit crimes, a lot of times, if they're not old enough to go to juvenile hall, the parents have to take the rap for that. So a parent who is working a 9-to-5 or working a great job or career, your child go out here and do something crazy, your entire life can be ruined for something your child did because they have too much fucking privilege, right? It's sad. It's sad. We love our kids, but you can't love them too much to where you can't lay down the law, okay? Spare the rod, spoil the child. That's how I grew up. It's in the good book. Spare the rod, spoil the child. I ain't saying beat the hell out of your kids, but you definitely gotta be tougher. These kids right now are so fucking disrespectful. I've never seen it in my life. These kids will take you out. Try to tell a kid nowadays, don't do something. Back then, you could tell a child. Anybody could tell me what to do back in the day. If I was seen doing something I was not supposed to do, any grown-up could say, hey, don't do that. I'm going to let your mama know. Now, they couldn't discipline me, but they could verbally tell me, hey, that's not right. Don't do that. Try to do that to these kids nowadays. Child, the mama will jump you. The mama will jump you for telling their child that they're doing something they're not supposed to be doing. But in this situation, this is sad. But I agree. Put them in juvie. They got to learn. That's the only way they're going to learn. That's called tough love right there. And even if he don't get out, that's tough love. You got to have that. Because, I'm going to skip this one. That might be too much in one video, child. That might be too much. All right. Let's move along. This right here kind of warmed my heart. All right. We see a lot of Hollywood kids that are being destroyed by Hollywood. We take our trigger down for this one. I love this, that a co-star spin the block on one of his co-stars when he kind of got down on his luck and was seen on the street, drugged out, homeless and no place to stay. This child grew up Nickelodeon, and he kind of lost his way. They said, hey, Hollywood will definitely destroy your kids. We see a lot of kids that's destroyed from being in Hollywood, being on Nickelodeon. We've seen it many, many times. So former Ned's Declassified, I don't know if you guys have seen this, co-stars Daniel Curtis Lee and Taylor Chase reunite as Lee treats Chase to lunch before checking him in to a hotel. This is so sad. When I saw this, I said, I'm totally talking about this because, baby, this was heart-wrenching. So Daniel Curtis Lee, who played Cookie on Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide, is showing love to his former co-star Chase after fans learned that Chase had been living on the streets in Riverside, California. Now, Lee encouraged Chase to check himself into rehab and shared that they were able to get in touch with Chase's father, calling the moment emotional and necessary. Now, Lee also revealed that he and Chase got on the phone with Devin Workinshaw, I think that's how you say it, who played Ned on the show as fans continue to rally around Chase and hope for his healing. This is so sad. This boy is like drugged out, like literally sleeping on the street. So he went from being on Nickelodeon. I hear Nickelodeon pay their people very well. They pay their cast very well. So for him to go from being on a high to being at his lowest, which is this right here, we get ready to show you guys. Oh my God, this is beautiful. So shout out to Daniel Curtis Lee for doing this because we need more of this. A lot of times we see people turn their back like, oh, that's not my problem. Yeah, we are brothers keepers. And I love this. Let's get into this. Shout out to Spiritual Word.
A lot of you guys are concerned about Tyler Chase this holiday season, and I just wanted to give you an update. Sean Weiss and his team put a lot of effort into trying to get him into a hospital last night, and I thought it worked. His dad told me it worked, but it turns out he kind of backed out. So today I went to have pizza with him. It was delicious. Shout out Blaze Pizza.
Yeah. Cheese, you got the cheese and now that's the way you eat a pizza right there. That's the way.
I also got to let him chat with his old friend Devin Werkheiser and my guy Nettie. So they couldn't get him into a car last night, and that's why they weren't able to get him to the hospital. But he trusted an old friend. Yeah, it's the holiday season. It's rainy out, and I just wanted him to have at least some basic accommodations. He wanted to stay local, and this was the only one that was open and accepting people. So here we are, man.
I'm going to come back and holler at you, man, and we'll talk more about trying to get that situation squared away so we can do the rehab or whatever we need to, okay?
Okay.
Okay, give me a hug, man. Love you, brother. Love you, man. So happy to see you, dude.
So sad.
Thank you. I'm so happy to see you as well.
You're the man, brother, and I believe in you, and we're gonna win, bro. All we gotta do is stay with it and keep working, dude.
Man,
A lot of you guys
tell that's genuine. We need that more. I love that. I love that he didn't feel like he was too dirty. Because you know how some people are like, I'm not touching me homeless. And even me being a germaphobe, I totally would. I love helping people. This shit right here, when I saw this, I was like, this is right up my alley, honey. This is right up my alley. But damn, it's sad to see a person go from being on national television, being like a star of a show, to living on damn near Skid Row, damn near, to being, you know, you can tell he's been on drugs. He probably was on drugs in that moment, that this man would take his money, his hard earned, it was on the same show, and buy this man something to eat and pull him up and say, come on, we ain't about to see you like this, because no, come on, gather your stuff, come on, we about to put you in a room, and from that, I'm about to come back and check on you, and gonna take you to rehab. We about to get you back right, because this is not it. This is how we got to be with people, child. This is called love, tough love too, but he also extended himself, and I love that. This is how we have to be with people. Don't feel like a person is too dirty or have gone too far, or just, you know, just leave people in the gutter, because we don't ever know, child. The same person you see going up gonna be the same damn person you see coming back down. You just never know. You can be good today and down tomorrow. So let's not ever look down on a person, but always try to build another person up and help a person. Extend yourself if you can. Not everybody's able to do so. If you can, extend yourself. It's called sacrifice. Okay, them new pair of shoes you might want, go and feed a homeless person or two. Okay. And that's where you be blessed when you do stuff like that. I love stuff like this, child. I was just like, oh, child. Oh, bitch don't like to cry. But girl, I felt my eyes watering up when I saw this for the first time. I was like, oh my God. But yes, shout out to Spiritual Word. Let's move on, honey. Let's get into some Tory Lanez news. He will not let this go. At this point, I'm starting to feel like Tory Lanez is kind of indirectly harassing Megan Thee Stallion through the court system. That's what it's giving. All right. That's what it's giving me, that he's totally harassing her through the court system. Like, leave this girl alone. They've already denied your appeal. They've already given you, sentenced you to 10 years and found you guilty in this situation. Whatever evidence that you had, and I said it before, you should have put that shit out there during the trial. You ain't do it. And here we are. You got to serve 10 years. But here he is every other day. Tory is coming up with some old shit. Shout out Jasmine Brand. Let's get into it. As you guys may know, for those of you, if your spaceship just landed, Tory Lanez is serving a 10-year prison sentence for Pow Pow and Megan Thee Stallion in the foot on the night. I guess they went out partying or something, and they got into some type of verbal altercation. And Tory, they said, pulled out a Pow Pow and Pow Pow'd her in the foot. And they did remove bullet fragments, because we saw that on a video. They did go to trial, and of course, Tory, you were heard saying on a video, on a prison video call or jail video call, that you were sorry that you did that to her. So it's wild to me how you have all this evidence and you're denying that you even did the shit. So now Tory Lanez accuses Megan Thee Stallion of $118K insurance fraud, as new appeal focuses on her medical records. All right. He's using every avenue to try to get out. And this shit is starting to be diabolical at this point. So the centerpiece of Tory Lanez's latest appeal is a disputed $118K insurance claim tied to the Megan Thee Stallion that his legal team now says raises serious questions about the medical evidence used to convict him. All right. In newly filed court documents, Lange's attorney argued the massive claim was submitted for foot surgery related to Megan Thee Stallion's 2020 Pow Pow injuries, despite the procedure allegedly lasting less than a minute. So that they also claimed that they cannot locate the listed surgeon, Dr. Little, who never testified at trial. Now, according to the filing, said that this is just one of more than 60 alleged errors found in Megan's medical records. Let's continue. The defense further alleges forged signatures, inconsistent formatting, and conflicting dates and times across key documents. They also cite a record involving hospital security guards Derek Cervantes, who allegedly transferred foreign bodies from the hospital, contradicting trial testimony that no bullet fragments were recovered. So speaking from prison, Lange continued to deny wrongdoing, saying that I've never been violent towards a woman. You are violent. You forgot you beat up August Alsina? He had to get stitches. You are violent. You fought many people and threatened many people before this Megan Thee Stallion situation. Like, stop it, Tory. Damn. He goes on to say that I would never hit a woman, let alone pow pow a woman. But you would do it to a nigga. Okay. So I'm just asking for somebody in the system to look at my case and look at the evidence and ask if this was fair. Well, judge has already done that and found you guilty. Now, if there's a loophole in here, God bless you if they can find one. But I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't think this shit gonna work. Just like your appeal didn't. They said within minutes, the judge was like, take your ass on back to your cell. We ain't about to do this shit. I gotta give it to him. He has a will, child. He said he has a will to get up out of prison. I get it, you don't want to serve them 10, but you shouldn't have been on that violence shit. You just shouldn't have been on that. All right. You ain't no different than nobody else. Your music is great. I love his music. He's very talented. But on the back end, this is a lesson for you. You are violent, sir. And you use that moment to try to intimidate her and allegedly pow her in the foot that night. Okay. Because then you tell her, according to Megan, in her testimony, she says he told her, you better get to dancing, bitch, and proceeded to let off on her, and the bullet hit her in the foot. They showed her injuries, okay, and it looked like some bullets were up in her foot. It looked like they removed something up out of there, but she had some type of medical condition as related to her foot, which did tie into the testimony she gave as her injury. So I don't know what the fuck he's doing right now. Like, he's really looking for a loophole. I don't think it's going to work, Tori, but God bless you, child, okay? Again, I feel like he is definitely harassing her by way of the court system. I really feel like that. But let's continue on. Let's get into some Nicki Minaj news. Okay. Let's get into that. A lot of people have some things to say about Nicki Minaj. As you guys know, she has been canceled, child, after her sit down with Charlie Kirk's wife. Where she set up the child with straight MAGA and was praising Trump and said all kind of crazy shit. She's really, really ruined her career. Like, the people are not feeling her anymore. So she's lost millions of subscribers. And she since had to shut down her social media platforms because ain't nobody feeling her ass. So it says that Tyler, you guys know who Tyler is. She's an R&B pop artist. She has spoken out, said that Tyler has reposted a tweet on Twitter urging Nicki Minaj to retire from music and calling her mentally unstable. A lot of people are saying that. Funky Dineva, he's responded. Several people have responded to Nicki Minaj, including D.L. Hughley, who is a comedian. Several people in the industry, like, people are literally detaching themselves from Nicki Minaj. Girl, you have fucked up your career. This is career suicide, if you will. But let's get into it. They says, keep the album. Delete social media and hide yourself from the public. Just go away and never come back. You're done. It's done. It said that you are too mentally insane to be in the public eye anymore. Said it was a good run. You accomplished a lot, revived an entire genre, but it's over now. The people have spoken. They are not fucking with Nicki Minaj on any level. Now, she does have a few fans that still rock with her that are probably Trump supporters as well. But for the most part, and for the majority, people are like, girl, we're done with you. All right. So that's one post. Let's get into it because Kaya, what is it? Kaya? Y'all remember Kaya, my neck, my back? She has a podcast now where she kind of uses it to, I say, bully and go off on people in the industry. It's doing pretty well. I'm gonna be honest with you. She's kind of funny. I never knew she was this damn funny. I've seen several of her videos where she kind of went off on a few people, but she also has some things to say about Nicki Minaj and this situation as well. So Kaya goes in on Nicki Minaj after her appearance with Charlie Kirk's wife at America Fest, where she went straight MAGA. Let's get into Kaya. She is crazy. Let's go. Shout out to Neighborhood Talk.
And Mega and the white folks and Charlie Kirk wife and all this stuff up carrying on. What the fuck you got going on, Nikki? If you don't get your ass back to Trinidad, you better. I guess you had to pretend to be Donald Duck's friend so he wouldn't send your immigrant ass back over there to Trinidad because you know you ain't no U.S. citizen. Anyway, we the people want Kenneth's petty pussy snatching ass on the docket. No, I said not now. You know what, Gag Nation, for telling. For not telling Gag Order, we the people want your husband on the docket, Nick Van Dyke, for not telling you to sit the fuck down, Gag Order, and for failing as a man and as a husband. I'm a group of the people on that because you is out of order. This is the case of if you don't get your crazy deranged ass wife, Kenneth snatch bitches by the pussy petty, you better. Let's talk about the order. We the people versus Kenneth petty. Kenneth, grope a hoe. Use a hoe, because you ain't got shit but convictions. Patty, your No broke pussy grabbing, no money having ass is being charged with habitual drugging of a delusional fat non-rapping ass bitch who hates herself and all the choices she's made in her fucking life. Leaving an endangered toddler at home with a drunk, drugged up, hungover, non-rapping ass mega slut, aka your wife who stays on the couch yelling at herself and at her phone all day and all night on Twitter while maxing out her Amex card in Queens with Bocce be her friends and the niggas on the block. Yelling at herself and at her phone all day and all night on Twitter while maxing out her Amex card in Queens with Bocce be her friends and the niggas on the block. Buying them chains and things, okay, and not telling your wife to go sit the fuck down and shut the fuck up. Moving into a bitch house, increasing her dependency on you through drug use while causing her to lose her house over judgment. You call for punching a saltine cracker overseas. You ain't learned to stay your ass over there from over there too while pretending to be her fucking security because you don't have a real fucking job. My Lord. While she's busy being a keyboard Karen with mental health issues and a fucking drug addict that need to put the coquiana down, a gag order that stays running out of her nose. Not taking the phone out of her oh never, oh nigga, oh hell no's hand. And disabling all her social media accounts until she gets the help that she needs. And having an old immigrant whore claim she is now mega just to get your predatory ass a pardon off the sex offenders list. And we the people say a real nigga ain't gonna have you going out this bad and so sad, gag order like this every day without an intervention. That man don't love you. He don't give a fuck about you. He hope that you die so he can take all of your money that you got left. Evidently, it's not a lot because you can't even save your house. Always tweeting for 40 days and 40 nights. You know what? Doja Cat got it right about you when she was in Bangkok. They sent a video in when she had all kind of powder donut going up her nose. I don't know if she was just being herself or gagging you, but it looked like she was gagging you. You Johnson & Johnson pay up.
She dragging the hell out of her. Damn.
Baby powder head bitch. I'm sick of this whole. I don't have nothing to say about this bitch. Oh. Your husband ain't shit because he need to get some control of you. Okay? But he ready for you to clock up out of here so he can take the little bit of money you got left. I guess. You know what, girl? The little bit of fans that you had, they're gone. Okay? Since you went for an Mega and the white folks and Charlie Kirk wife and all this kind of carrying on. What the fuck you got going on, Nikki? If you don't get your ass back to Trinidad.
Y'all, that gave me my entire life. Damn, I'm trying to keep up with all the reasons. She was just like, oh, okay. You ain't got to do no more music, girl. Stick with this because this right here is working for you, okay? I've seen several of her videos. She definitely is reading down. And everything she had to say about Nikki, I totally agree with. What do y'all think? I see y'all laughing in the chat. Oh, my God, right, the gavel. Yeah, the gavel. Yes. Say, I love a good-ass drag. Yes, honey, she snapped off on her. Nikki, girl, you really ruined your career. And that's sad because she had just announced that she has her new album get ready to drop. Girl, it's going nowhere. It's going nowhere. Just leave, child. Just keep it. We don't want it. Let's continue on, honey. Y'all keep sounding off. All right, so we are done with Nikki. Let's get into this Krishan Rock news. All right, Krishan is once again exposing Zeus Network. All right. So this Krishan is speaking out about surviving Zeus Network. Child, let's get into it, honey. Yeah, child, Kaya went off. Okay, I love it. I am here for the mess. Shout out to Kaya for that one. All right, so let's get into some Krishan Rock news, child. Y'all know she is taking off all of her tattoos of blue face. She's also dealing with some stuff over there about this. She's also dealing with some stuff on Zeus Network and how they treat their people. Let's get into what she had to say, child.
Forcing us to do whatever, say whatever out of our mouth. We don't eat on time, nigga. They starve us, make sure we're hungry, angry. Now it's like, all right, now that I'm in it, it's like, if I be quiet, don't speak up for nobody, it's not going to be a change. And everybody's scared to speak up. Every female on that show, including Natalie, is scared to speak up. And then Natalie is cool because she compensated for her silence. None of the other bitches are. I don't want to be a part of Zeus Network. I said that apology out of fear of losing my job, losing my reputation, losing my like I didn't want them like editing the show to make me look like I was the demonic one or the one that was setting up stuff. But like I don't know what it's gonna look like. I don't even care to find out, bro. Baddies shouldn't be baddies. Zeus Network shouldn't even be a network. It's demonic as hell, bro. That's why I'm gonna hang my phone up. After this FaceTime call, I'm gonna go get my bags and I'm going to the airport. Guess who got my motherfucking ID? The assistant. Why don't Krishan Malone have her ID? Ask them that. Is it because I'm the type of person to get on a flight? I don't even have my motherfucking ID. I'm glad I got clear. I could fly out JFK with clear. I don't need no fucking ID. I'm going home. For real.
Said it last time.
It's forcing us to do whatever, say whatever out of our mouth.
So she's once again, because child, she's always tired of Zeus, but she keep running back. I think the money is good over there. I hear that they pay Zeus to pay those girls over there to be fighting and acting a fool over there pretty well. According to Krishan, she said they don't be feeding them like they supposed to. Girl, if you're getting paid, go get your own damn food. Or order DoorDash or something, have them bring you some damn food. But she said that they be starving them over there so that they can be angry whenever they be over there filming. So they be fighting and carrying on to keep those ratings up for the show. So she said they starve the girls on purpose so that they can fight. She said, yes, that's not reality TV. That's a social experiment going left. They said Krishan says that with a lot of people being scared to say things out loud that she's done with Zeus again, child. She's been done with Zeus for about 25,000 times to keep running back. She also says that the girls don't get fed. Tension is intentionally high. Everybody's angry. Everybody's triggered, all for good TV. It goes on to say that, and let's be real for a second, when you deprive people of food, rest, peace, and throw alcohol and cameras in their face, said that you're not producing entertainment, you're producing chaos. She goes on to also say that she also hinted at what the streets have been whispering, that certain people get paid to stay quiet, certain people get protected, and everybody else is replaceable. Well, that's any job. Said that that's why most of the girls don't speak up. Contracts, fear, money. She said, but Krishan says that she is not scared anymore and that she don't want to be attached to something she feels is demonic. Her words, not ours. It goes on to say that now let's not rewrite history either. Zeus had multiple cast members over the years complain about unsafe conditions, lack of care, exploitation, and mental breakdowns on camera. That's got to be a lot. Every single scene you fighting somebody or somebody jumping you. That's not normal. And there's been controversy about who really runs things behind the scenes versus who's the face of Zeus. All right, which we know Lemuel Plummer is the, I guess, owner of that network and that particular show Baddies. But it says, but here's where it gets messy. Krishan also played a role in making this chaos profitable, and she did, because she's been over there for quite some time fighting. So the fights, the viral moments, the clips all were reposted. So that two things can be true at once. So the real question is, was this always the plan, or did it just go too far once the money got too good? Okay, because I told y'all they pay them well. It says, and if the girls stop fighting, does the network even survive? Probably not, because people are so now desensitized. I can't even say the word. People are just so used to seeing that when they watch something on Zeus where people are fighting and acting a damn fool. Now that's the low vibrational stuff that old boy was talking about earlier. Okay, that ratchet behavior. That's probably what he was talking about. Maybe he was over there on the Zeus network when he was talking about that we're ignorant and all that type of shit. Because that's all you see. I don't watch anything Zeus. It's just too. I told y'all, honey, my ratchet meter only go here. Anything to go far beyond that, I can't get into that. I can only watch just a little bit of craziness. And if it goes too far, the way it's just like, I can't watch it, y'all. Because what you feed your spirit, child, it will disturb you. So I can go just a little bit here. If it keep going, I don't watch nothing Zeus. What do y'all think? Tell me what y'all think on that with Krishan Rock. She seems to be trying to. I don't know. I always try to give Krishan the benefit of the doubt. Say, oh, she's going to change, but then she do a whole 360 on my ass. Then I feel bad that I said out loud, okay, I'm rocking with Krishan changing. I'm with anybody who want to change their life for the better. But with Krishan, it's like it's a for the moment type of situation. Like you're taking off the damn tattoos of Blueface now, but then you're gonna be right back on the bullshit later. Like what's to say that if Blueface call you and say, hey, you know what? I thought about this shit. Let's get back together. What's to say you're not gonna go and get more tattoos of Blueface after you remove the other ones? And you know, it's I really be wanting the best for her. But I don't know. I'm not gonna put all my eggs in a basket, and I damn sure ain't gonna throw all my cards on the table as related to Krishan. But in this moment, I'm happy at the place that she's trying to go. In this moment, and only in this moment, because we don't never know with Krishan, baby. She's up today and down tomorrow. She saved today and child on some shit tomorrow. But she's still removing tattoos of Blueface. We know that she's already started the process of the one on her face. I hear she has about another 4 to 6 sessions to fully remove the Blueface face from her face. You can say it that way. She has a big tattoo of Blueface's face on the side of her face. She's undergone 1 session already, and I hear she has 4 to 6 more sessions for the removal, okay, because it's so big. The tattoo is so big, and the amount of ink that was put into doing that particular tattoo. So you can't get it all with 1 session. So she got to go back with them putting, because it hurt. They say it hurt like hell to have them removed versus worse than getting them on there. So let's get into this, because she is removing another Blueface tattoo that says Jonathan's Pussy that she has down here, which I don't know why she put that shit on there. But let's get into it.
Okay. All right. It's broke. Okay.
I'm going to do a little depth, okay? I just want to test spot, and then we'll go from there. I'll let you know when I actually start, okay?
Okay. That burn. All right.
That one's done.
Are we done?
That one. Now this. Ready?
Okay. All right, we got this. This is what I get. This is what Jesus! Oh my God. Okay. Bye-bye. Let's get those.
Take deep breath.
Oh, whoa.
Ready?
I know
Yeah.
that.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Oh, Lord Jesus. Okay. You can put the air close.
Okay. No matter how close they put the air, she can put it on your skin. That shit gonna stick like, oh Lord, I can feel it through the screen, Lord. So she's still going through the process of removing all tattoos as related to Blueface. It's supposed to be like some spiritual healing. She said she's going through, she said she feels different since she started the process of removing him from her. We're going to get into why she's doing this here in a second, okay? The only reason that Krishan has decided to change her life is because of what Blueface is getting ready to say. I'm going to show you guys here in a second. She wanted to be back with him. He said that within 48 hours of him being out, she had already made up her mind that she and Blueface were going to be back together, be this one big happy family with she and the baby that I feel belongs to Ronnie. But Blueface declined that because of some things that she said and tried to do to him. So he is completely done with her. He has completely blocked her. So this is why she has started this road to this spiritual connection to get all this shit up off of her that's related to him. All right. Crazy. But let's get this.
All right. It's broke. Okay.
I'm going to do a little depth.
You don't want to see them all. All right, so let's get into Blueface and what he had to say. Okay. Shout out to Shea Room. Yeah, that's the only reason why. If Blueface would say, girl, yeah, let's get back together, let's raise our son together, she'd be still over there being toxic, losing more teeth and looking crazy. But let's get into it. Blueface reacts to Krishan removing her tattoos from her face and of his name. He said, I'm happy for her. So he don't give a damn. He's out here dating, he's on his 3rd girlfriend since he's been out, and he's barely been out a month. I was like, damn. But let's get into what he had to say. All right. So it was like some interview that he did with the Shade Room, and these are some of the answers that he gave from the questions that were asked of him. So Blueface said that Blueface on Krishan's tattoo removal journey. He says, I'm happy for her, to be honest. Said that when someone wishes death and jail on your life in the same sentence, giving out your address for nothing but harm onto you, he said, it feels like I'm getting away from a fatal attraction. So she's talking about Krishan going live after Blueface made it clear that he didn't want anything else to do with her. She put his address, his address where he lives, on live to where anyone could pull up on him and do something to him. You guys remember she also mentioned that she couldn't wait for her and the baby to go and visit his grave. So was that like a subliminal for some type of hit she may have been trying to put on him or have something done to him, kind of like the Ronnie situation? Because what other reason would you have to put his address, to speak his address out and tell everyone his address on a live that you went on? So he said he felt, not maybe in fear, but he felt a way about her putting his personal information out there. So he chose to cut off all contact with her. All right. So he goes on to say he's happy to be getting away from that fatal attraction that could potentially cost me my life. He says that I hope she can remove all of them and move on amicably. So he signs off Blueface. Let's continue. So does Blueface still communicate with Krishan? He says, I don't speak with her. I have her blocked on all platforms, and she seems to be getting the message 100. So it goes on to say what co-parenting looks like between them currently. He says, I can't put my life in jeopardy for anyone, which means he's not seeing the child now at all. He goes on to say that I have multiple children to be here for, said that we will work on a third-party arrangement, but I will never be in direct contact with Krishan Sr., meaning Krishan Rock, okay? So he don't want shit else to do with her, because you cannot be threatening her life, threatening his life, and doing all that shit you've been doing. She appears to be a dangerous girl when she don't get her way. That's what it gives. All right. This is what was Blueface's last straw as related to Krishan. He said that I was out of prison for 48 hours, and she suggested that I go back forever. And that was after he told her he didn't want to be with her no more. So now you got to go back to jail forever. She was threatening to violate his parole because he didn't want to be with her. That's a dangerous person. All right. He ain't even done shit. But said that I'm not going to wait for her to plan on it. So he took some measures to separate himself from her permanently. He also added that Krishan also shared, like I told you guys, his address on live. He didn't like that, which that's dangerous. Because you know she does run with the gang. So anybody could have rolled up on him and did something or pow-powed him like they did Ronnie, okay? So as you guys can see, I just showed y'all the tattoo removal. This is the other tattoo removal from the one that she has on her face that I told y'all she has about 4 to 6 more sessions before it's completely removed. We'll look at just a little bit, then we'll move on.
Okay, it's going to hurt. It is. I'm not one to lie, but it goes by very quickly, okay? Okay. So you got a tattoo. On a sound to cool down your skin.
There's 23,000 people in here. They want me to do it.
Yeah, there you go. No crime for 23,000 people.
Oh my God.
You sure you don't want me to start with the smaller one?
Nah, start with the big one. Please.
Start the big one.
All right, I'm going to do one. I'll let you know when I'm doing it, okay?
Yeah.
Just do me a favor, don't move.
Okay.
The only reason I say that is
Can we put the eye goggles on properly?
I'm holding it.
All right.
Ready?
Yeah.
Let me go hold my hand.
Jesus Christ. Oh, Jesus. Oh.
That's what it feels like.
Okay, keep going.
Hold on.
Yeah. Oh, that hurt.
It's gonna hurt. Okay, it's gonna hurt. It is. I'm not.
So you got all 7 now.
No, I got 5.
All right, so this is an interview that she did back in 2022, where she spoke about wanting a total of 7 tattoos of Blueface. This is just how crazy she was back then and how obsessed of Blueface she was, even though he treated her like shit. Okay, listen to him.
5.
You got 5.
I have 2 more to go.
And you want 7.
Yeah.
Why?
Because 7 is a good number. Like God came down on earth on 7 stars. 7 always been my lucky number.
And you want 7 tattoos of blue or something to do with blue?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I love him.
Yeah. Does he have any tattoos
That's
of you?
my forever thing. He gonna get one.
He doesn't have one yet?
You're getting 7 tattoos of him. He has none of you.
You gotta make him get one before he gets to
I don't
7.
do it for him to get it for me. I just
Okay.
did it for me. I don't even care about that one. I really love you.
Yeah. So does he ask you to get it, or do you like just do
I
it
just
yourself?
pop up with it. What the fuck? I'm like, hey, I fell in love with you more.
So you got all.
Psycho. Okay, y'all can sound out, child. Oh, it's so draining. But y'all, it's news. I'm sorry to even put y'all through it, but I have to talk about stuff that's viral. This is a viral topic. So we got to talk about viral topics. All right, right here on my show. Moving along into our reality segment of the show. Let's get it. How many talk about it? Okay, so we got 4 more, and then we out of here. 4 more, then we out of here. Okay. Thank y'all for rocking me this long. Appreciate y'all. Let's get into some Married to Medicine news. We talked a little bit about Mariah yesterday. She is now speaking out about some things that's going on Married to Medicine. As you guys know, she is like the executive producer where she kind of sits back and just collects her check, her trinkets, honey, and eats her popcorn and watch the girls act a fool on the show because she don't have to, right? She actually brought the show onto our TV screens. We would not know about no Married to Medicine if it was not for Mariah Hook. So shout out to her. I love Mariah. I'm a huge fan of Mariah. Love her. So Married to Medicine's Mariah Hook provides backstory on casting, which she says she casted everyone on the show. She handpicked everyone on Married to Medicine. So everybody y'all see on the show is because of Mariah. All right. So says that Mariah Hook provides backstory on casting in its early stages. She did throw some shade towards Heavily as well. Let's get into it. All right.
I haven't watched in years. I haven't, but I know one of the great things that I did was cast every one of those ladies that you see. What, 17? Well, they've been on 11 seasons, but I casted them 17 years ago. How crazy is that? Except Heavenly. Oh, Heavenly came later. She actually would have been in the first season, but she made it to the second. I mean, after she got herself together, dropped some weight, kind of polished her up a bit. She did everything she needed to do. And I mean, hey, I haven't watched in years.
So I told you, Heavenly was about 350 pounds when she was just first seen on the show. And that was at Carrie Wells' house, you guys remember, where Toya and Mariah got into a whole fist fight by the pool. Y'all remember that? Where Toya hit Mariah with her purse and they just got into this whole fist fight and breaking glass and all of that. Honey, I'm talking about a knockdown drag out. You could tell that was not a staged moment. That was a real fight. And there was blood drawn because somebody actually got cut on some glass. But baby, I was like, this is TV. Come on, TV. We don't have TV like that anymore, and we need that. Not that I promote violence, but that was a good moment, right? That was when we were like, oh yeah, that's why I was like, oh yeah, this is my favorite show now. The girls came in and was girling, honey. But shout out to the housewives from Housewives. We get ready to do a jam session after this topic right here, okay? But according to Mariah, honey, she's that girl. She's the reason why the show is on our TV screens, as I said, and she did handpick every single one from Toya to Heavenly, like she said, came later because she was trying to drop some weight and kind of fit in with the girls and do what she needed to do. But I was just like, who is this damn big back bear standing over here with all these women looking crazy? She was standing back watching all the women like she was studying the other women in terms of seeing how she needed to act and or be to be around these girls and in this group. But as you guys can see, when she dropped the weight, I feel like Heavenly started feeling herself and she became this evil imp that everyone sees now. So shout out to Mariah for dropping that tea. All right, moving along. Let's go ahead and get my jam session in because it seems that the subby secretary / haters are sitting on my likes, and I don't like that. So please hurry over to the like button and tap on. Let me stop saying. And tap on the like for me, guys. Please, let's do that so we can continue our show. All right, let's get it. Let's get it. All right. Hey. Tap on that like, tap on the like, tap on the like, tap on the like. Please step out, tap on the like, and come back so we can finish our show. Thank you. Yes, thank y'all for that. All right. Yes, thank y'all for that. Let's get back to the show. All right, because we still got some stuff we got to talk about. Thank y'all, thank y'all, thank y'all. Moving right along. moving right along, honey. We are still into our reality TV segment of our show. Let's get into some Carly Red news. We haven't talked about her. She headed over to the Shade Room to do like a little interview. Let's get it up on the screen so y'all can see along with me. Yes, honey, keep tapping on that like, honey. Get the likes up. Let's get them up. Let's support the video, push you to the algorithm, because y'all know y'all having a good time over here and with all this tea. All right, see, ain't no mess over here on this channel. You're gonna get nothing but straight tea. We don't do no mess. All right, we don't do no content creator beef. We don't do none of shit over here. Let them people figure it out on their own. When you come over here, you're gonna get the tea and updated stuff that's going on in the YouTube streets. All right, and that's how we can run it over here. We ain't doing no mess. I don't fuck all that stuff. I don't care about all that shit, but we're gonna get the news that I know y'all gonna be able to use right here on the Camera Real Show. So thank y'all for coming over and supporting. Love you guys down. Let's get into it. All right, so Carly Red stepped in and opened up about her arrest earlier this year, saying that she wasn't a fan of her viral mugshot. Child, she's looking crazy. Said the reality star also revealed that her daughter wasn't among the folks in her circle who were there to greet her after being released from jail. Why is that? Because she's supposed to be very close to her daughter, so it must be that they must be having something going on behind the scenes to where her daughter was not there when she got out. Child. All right, let's get into what she had to say. This is Carly Red. Shout out to the Shade Room. Let's go.
These are good. Not too spicy. Not over seasoned.
Straight from the Red Room.
Let's get into it. Who was there for you?
Andy. She was at that jail. Honey. First one, 6 a.m.
And Adam.
And of course, my divorce attorney. Of course, my attorney, Steve Sadow. Asha, she was there. Yeah. Mita, she was there. Of course, I can't forget Mita. She was there. Yandy was there. Andy, Mita, Asha, and my attorney.
These are good. Who were you shocked to see was not there for you?
My daughter. My daughter. That hurt me.
Why?
Because
why wasn't she there? Why didn't she?
She said that I have a granddaughter now, a grandbaby. She's so cute. She's so sweet. She's so pretty. I love the love of my life.
Yeah.
My daughter's engaged and she's in her 20s and she just had a baby and she said the baby was sick and she couldn't come. That hurt me, to be honest.
Have you guys since talked it out?
Oh yeah. Okay. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, of course. No. Yeah, no. We don't do that. We don't do that.
Yeah. Who were you shocked to see was not there? People loved your mugshot, by the way.
I didn't like it.
People loved it.
Really?
Yeah, they were like, we love natural Carly.
I didn't like it.
Did you have to pose a certain way? Did you pose? You knew that this was going to be on the Shade Room. You knew your mugshot was going to be.
Yes, I knew my mugshot was going to be everywhere. And I'm literally trying to get it down from everywhere. So y'all ain't going to be able to have it no more.
Okay, y'all hear that? So y'all know she's recently divorced. She looks pretty good now. Y'all know she had quite a bit of surgery on her face or whatever. It seems like things must be mellowing out for her. Not sure what the relationship is with her daughter. Because like I said, they used to be very close. I mean, hell, her daughter looks just like her, stole her whole face. But y'all know she's recently, like I said, divorced from her husband, who she barely knew when she married. They had some domestic physical stuff going on to where Carly wound up getting arrested when she went back to her now ex-husband's house, where she was on a trespassing charge after he asked her not to come back there. Where he actually beat her up. He beat her up and put hands on her, drawing blood, like beat her real bad. Her face was messed up where he was punching her in the face and stuff. But anyway, he got arrested for that. But then she turned around and got arrested for going back to his property where she was not supposed to be. She's saying to go back and get some things, but you have to call the police, say, hey, I got some things at said person's house. Can you come with me? And do it that way. You can't just pop up over there when it's understood that you're not supposed to be at a person's property. But she's been going through a lot. She's trying to turn her life around and do something different. And I'm happy for her in that aspect. Y'all know she's been known to date several people in the cast, including Young Jock, prior to him getting married to Kendra. But hey, it is what it is. She also dated No Neck Benzino as well. I feel like all of those relationships were clout driven, but Carly, maybe you're too old to be doing all the shit that you do. But I'm happy that she is in a mellow moment and trying to change her life and do something for the better. All right, moving along. Let's get into some Kelly Farrell news, where she sat down to do an interview about her now husband, who is sitting in jail now due to not paying child support. Her attorney, as you guys may know, which you should know if y'all watched my video yesterday, is none other than Phaedra Parks, who is her castmate. Y'all know Phaedra is an attorney, but she, I think she's doing this as a favor to Kelly, okay, because Kelly's money is a little funny too. But she sat down to an Outlaws podcast to do an interview with T.S. Madison to talk about some of the things that she's dealing with her now ex-husband, who's been very problematic. They've been fighting for a long time. But so Real Housewives of Atlanta, Kelly Farrell left her marriage with nothing but her children, according to her. She moved into a townhouse and slept on air mattresses for 2 months. Said that this week on Outlaws that Kelly opens up to T.S. Madison about the $500,000 turning point that led to her divorce and how choosing herself changed everything. Now, from Nana's Chicken and Waffles, which is her restaurant, to Atlanta dating, bad lace fronts, and divorce as divine intervention. This episode has it all, and let's go ahead and get into it, okay? Shout out to T.S. Madison. Shout out to Kelly Farrell. Let's go.
Let me be very clear when I tell you I left him. I left him, and he told me I could take nothing in the house. Nothing. Nothing. I had rented a U-Haul truck. We had talked about it. I said, at least let me, take the living room set so, the girls can have something to sit on. And it was no. Like, I left my house with not one thing. He told me I can take nothing.
Except your children.
Except my children.
And
I took my last little bit of money and started to furnish my townhouse. Let me tell you something what many people don't know. I slept on an air mattress for 2 months in my townhouse. I didn't give a good goddamn. I was determined to figure it out and make it on my own. He didn't help me financially. He wasn't paying child support. He wasn't helping. No. Mm-mm. Girl, please don't get me started. You ain't got no alcohol, no champagne, no wine. No
Girl, we do got champagne in his here, but but listen, I drank this. But we got to get y'all to sponsor our show the next season. Okay.
Yeah. Let me be very clear when I tell you I left him. I left him, and he told me I could take nothing in the house. Nothing. Nothing. I had rented a U-Haul truck. We had talked about it. I said, at least let me, take the living room set so, the girls can have something to sit on. And it was no. Like, I left my house with not one thing. He told me I can take nothing.
Sometimes you got to do that. And be honest with you. When you get out of a toxic situation, baby, fuck the furniture. Clothes, shoes. If you got to start all the way over, if you're getting out with your life, baby, it is what it is. Shit, Melody did it. Melody slept on air mattresses. Look at her now, staying in a whole house, driving a Range Rover with a whole, G-Wagon in her damn garage. So you got to crawl before you can walk when you're trying to get away from a crazy ass nigga who is trying to destroy you and your life and your children. Sometimes for the sake of peace, you got to leave shit behind. Those things are replaceable. Your life is not. And I tell people that all the time. Stop getting so wrapped up in things that you can't walk away from stuff. Yeah, it's going to hurt. Nobody wants to rebuild after you work hard to acquire different things in your life. But if you with someone who is fighting you on that, if you can't go through the court system and through having the police come and help you gather whatever you can without this person being aggressive towards you, grab your stuff and get your children out of that situation, because more people are losing their lives now trying to fight over things and fight a person who sound like he might have some mental stuff going on, allegedly. Especially if your children are leaving and they got to have their beds. That's some Martell Holt shit right there. Like, where the fuck are your kids supposed to sleep if they're leaving and you are keeping their beds there because said person don't want to be with you anymore? That's the most selfish shit ever for a person to do, to say, oh, you can leave, but you ain't taking shit out of here. All right, where are my kids going to sit? Where are they going to sleep? So you rather your kids sleep on the floor and be uncomfortable while you sleep in a comfortable bed because you can't have something that you did not respect. That is the most selfish, asinine bullshit that I've ever seen in my life. Let that woman get them beds. That's why his ass is in jail right now. I was trying to be sympathetic and fair on both sides as related to this. I was like, well, shit, maybe Kelly is doing this. But when you look at things both ways, you got to hear both stories, okay? He was saying, Kelly won't let me see the kids. Kelly won't. There's a reason why women won't allow a man sometimes. And you have some women that use their kids as a pawn. That part I don't agree with, because I believe that all children should be able to have access to both parents unless there's some abusive stuff going on, or said parent is not capable of being a great parent to their child. Now, in that case, yeah, no, keep them away. But if a person wants to be in a child's life and be a parent, you won't let them be there maybe because you got a new person in your life, or because you just mad at that person and you just, hey, I ain't letting them be around them. If you're on that type of shit, I don't agree with that, because children deserve to have both parents, especially if you have boys. Definitely a father is needed in their life, because that's why we got a bunch of fuck kids running. And I got to say it that way. I got to call it fuck children running around here acting a fucking fool, kicking people's doors in, breaking in people's houses, kids jumping on adults. We just saw that in a video the other day. Kids jumping adults, like. But in this situation with Kelly, I respect the child. Leave with your life. Leave that shit behind. Okay? You get all that on the back end, honey. Go on down in the room, not rooms to go, but a little rental place, child, and get you some shit for now. Pay on it, and then when you can see your way, honey, then go on and get you some stuff. Go on the rooms to go and get you some damn furniture, wherever you want to go. Ashley Furniture, or wherever, hell, I don't know. But I wouldn't be fighting over no damn furniture, and then a nigga go back there and grab a piece and take you out over a fucking couch. No, ma'am. So you did right to walk up out of there with your babies, okay? But they've been fighting for quite some time. But this is Kelly child, and Kelly now has her husband locked up because he is, what was it, almost $62,000 behind in child support. And they did find that it was willful, that he willfully did not pay this said child support to Kelly for their, I think, 3 or 4 kids they have. And he has also now filed a petition to keep Kelly from having their kids on Real Housewives of Atlanta, which was a part of her storyline, which I don't know how she's going to do that. Well, she has to, because Melody had to do it with her kids. But at the end of the day, it kind of backfired on him, because Phaedra, being her attorney, definitely submitted some things to the courts that now have him locked up, and he can't get out until he pays half of that $62,000. And after that, he has to make payments towards Kelly every month to get it caught up. And if he doesn't, he'll be back in jail again. So she definitely, Phaedra, whatever Phaedra did, honey, she did right. Because I agree that anyone, if she has custody of the kids, he definitely has to help take care of them, especially if you're not in the home. That's just how it works. When you put the white people in your business, that's what you get out of that shit. Okay, they don't give a fuck about locking you up if you don't take care of them kids. Because guess what? When you go through the court system, they get a little fee too. They looking like, shit, you owe us money. That's how they looking at it. Like, yeah, you owe her, but bitch, you owe me too. So they about to get their money. White people always get their coin. So understand, when you don't handle your responsibilities, had you done right by Kelly, y'all could have handled that shit, outside the courts. Because, most times if you end things amicably, you can say to said person, hey, look, just pay me this a month and to take care of the kids, come and pick them up, every other week or every week, however you handle that shit. And if it works, then it works. But when you got to go through the courts, that means there's some tension there somewhere, to where one person don't want to be responsible and do what they need to do as far as raising those kids and be amicable. But unfortunate for them, somebody had to go to jail behind that. So we're going to see how this pan out. I'm pretty sure that's going to be her storyline this season. She did talk about him last season. Let's move along. I don't care about that topic. I really don't. I gotta go. We're gonna move that. So what are we down to? All right, last topic. Let's get into it. I saved this one for the last, child. So this is our last topic for the day. Because, child, yes, honey. I'm off today. I'm not trying to be on. Got to get off because I got a lot to do. I got to start cooking. Tomorrow's Christmas. I got a lot to do. I still got a couple gifts I still need to wrap. So I got to get going. All right. So I need to take something down. Let's see. Yeah. Also, if you guys just see what I just posted is, please, if you guys are in the chat, let's please keep all topics centered around commentary that we're speaking of and topics that we're talking about in this video. Let's not talk about any content creators outside of the show. Also, let's not talk about any beef that's going on anywhere else. We don't do that over here. Let's talk about the topics that we're discussing here only, and that keeps the mess down, okay? If somebody's fighting or somebody else is going through something else over there, that's between them and them. I don't like that being brought over here, okay? Let's be respectful to everyone in the chat, and let's have a good time. You guys are welcome to speak your mind on all the topics that we're talking about, as long as it's respectful. Let's not be going back and forth with folk disrespectfully. I don't mind a little back and forth as long as it's not disrespectful in the chat, okay? Because I like for you guys to speak your mind over here. You guys can definitely do that, but let's be respectful. Let's not call anyone out of their name, and most importantly, don't disrespect me, because this is what? Rail's house. All right. But let's continue into our last topic. Again, welcome to all the newcomers. All right, because we love you down. Let's get into the last and final topic. Shout out to It's On Site. So this mother says, I've tried everything. The mother says that her teenage daughter is disrespectful and sleeps at her boyfriend's house and refuses to follow rules. All right. Now, y'all know how we feel about disrespectful kids over here. We just finished talking about it. But let's get into what this mother had to say.
Parents of disrespectful teenagers. These are the only ones I want to hear from. Okay. I don't want to hear from the ones who, you know, oh, you should have raised them right, this and that, whatever. I have a terrible fucking teenager. Okay. But what I want to know is, how would you handle this situation? I have a teenager that just is deciding that she's going to leave the house all hours of the night, go and stay at her boyfriend's house, come home the next morning, mid-afternoon, not going to school, just deciding she is just going to do what the fuck she wants to do. Right? Don't tell me to beat her ass. I done already fucking done that shit. The bitch is a fucking wrestler. We rumble back and forth. Like it's too much. I'm not gonna fight her. She cusses me out. Right? Like, I mean, I told y'all I was embarrassed and I didn't want to get on the fucking internet, but I'm just gonna air this shit out because it's too much. Okay. But this whole thing about her leaving parents of in my motherfucking house, right? And just coming back whenever she wants to come back, turning off her location, not letting me know where she's at. I don't know how to deal with this. I don't know how to deal with this at all. And I am like this close. I don't know what the fuck to do, but I'm losing it over here. I am fucking losing it. Okay. I have cut her cell phone service off many times. Nothing phases this fucking girl. And I don't know what else to do to get it through her head that it's like, I don't understand. Like at this point, I'm just like, just let me know where you're going. Just let me know where you're going. That way I have a compass. You know what I'm saying? If you come up missing or something happened to you, at least I have a compass to be like, okay, well, she told me she was going over here. I don't even have nothing I can fucking tell to the police at this moment. I am just so at my wits' end with this fucking girl. No, she cannot go live with her dad. Her dad is fucking dead. No, I don't have anything in my motherfucking house. Right? And just coming back whenever she wants to come.
I feel her pain, child. Because I'm going to tell you, these unruly, especially when they become teenagers, they start to smell themselves and they start to think they're grown. Especially if they have a little boyfriend over there, honey. Okay, that's an indication she is sexually active. If she's spending nights in her boyfriend's house, you should definitely have a conversation with the parents of the boy to let them know, I do not approve of, nor do I co-sign my daughter spending the night at your home. She's a minor. Okay, and if she comes over here, you need to send her home. And if you're allowing her to spend nights at your home with your son, then that's a problem. Okay. That is a problem. And I will not hesitate to every single time that I find that her ass is over there is to call the police and have them bring her the fuck home. At the end of the day, when you have kids that are unruly like this, I found out and I looked up, but you can call and petition through the juvenile courts for a petition for an unruly child. They will step in and assist you in doing what needs to be done for your child when they are in that way. The next step probably is emancipation, getting the fuck out of there. Because listen, sleepless nights is a mother sucker when you got to get up the next day to go to work and you up all night worried about your child. Now, I'm not saying you don't love your child and you're just trying to put them in the system. It's not that. But when you have a child who will not listen, who will not follow rules and regulations, if she's asking you for locations for a reason, with people being so crazy, trafficking is at an all-time high. She could get R-worded. Y'all know how these mannish ass men are, and women, because women traffic women as well. But it's nothing for you to tell your parent where you are and keep your location on, because that means she cares. That's why she's asking you, not because she's trying to be a sucky mom or parent. If her father sounds like the mother says is unalived, at the end of the day, she's trying to do this shit by herself. It can be hard raising girls because girls are very sassy. Girls like to talk back. Girls, but again, it's how you raise your kids. But then again, you can raise them right and they still go off the beaten path and just give you hell. So there are ways to try to, seek help in this. Nowadays, you can't spank your kid. Well, you can, but you have to do it the right way, because then police and the court step in and they'll lock you up for trying to parent your child. So it's like a catch-22. Like, what do you do for an unruly child? If you put your hands on them, they call the police on you, you could potentially go to jail and lose everything from trying to be a parent and a concerned parent and try to steer your child in the right direction. So, I mean, it's a catch-22. If you spank your kids, it has to be on their rear end. So what do you do when you have a child, like she says, that fights back when you try to discipline them? I know no parent want to be fighting their child, like fist fighting their child, like somebody off the streets. Like, that's too much. When it gets to that point, you have to involve the courts, because they say, hey, I'm having a problem with my child. I'm trying to parent them and they're not listening. They're giving me hell. That means if something happens, you're covered, right? If something happens, you're covered. Again, if you have teenagers that are not following rules and regulations and that are being haughty, get up in, because you got somebody to get up in your face and try to intimidate you when you try to tell them right from wrong and cuss you out. I was never that bold. But you got to steer the fear. And when I'm saying, oh my God, maybe that sometimes, because these kids nowadays, they might need that shit. But you have to, it's kind of like how you fear God. You want to instill that type of fear into your kids, but they won't try you like that. Let them know. Okay? Period. I'm running this shit. I'm your mama. You will not disrespect me. You got to put your foot down and put the other one up their ass if need be. But nowadays, if you try to discipline your kids physically, your ass will go to fucking jail. And it's unfortunate that the laws are that way. But then we do need them for parents who don't know the difference between discipline and abuse. There's a fine line. Like that white lady down in Alabama who beat the hell out of her son with that belt, 20-something lashes, and grabbed him up by the hair and then choked him. That's too fucking far. That's just too far. But some kids make you want to do it. But that's too damn far. They locked her ass right the hell up too. So you got to learn the difference between discipline and abuse. I know these kids will make you so fucking mad. You want to snap off something serious on their ass. But you got to have some self-control nowadays, because the law will lock you up for trying to parent your kids. And it's unfortunate. But hey, you can go and file a petition for unruly child through juvenile court if you have teenagers who will not listen and try you and run up in your face and bow up on you. And child, I will not allow that with mine. I'm raising. My son is taller than me right now at 10. I'm saying again, my son is taller than me at 10. And when I'm dealing with him, if you get an attitude, I can get this close to his face and let him know. I don't care how old you get. You will never be older than me. I don't care how much bigger than me you get, because mama got hands. Now, I don't never want to have to put them on you in that way. But just know you can never beat my ass, and I hope you don't never in the back of your mind, front of your mind, or on both sides ever think that you can try me in that way. It's called respect. It's how you raise them. When you tell them to do something, they should be doing that shit. Not when they get ready, but right the fuck now. And that's just how you have to do with these kids. Snatch their ass up if you need to. But you shouldn't be punching your child in the face or in the chest, no shit like that. You shouldn't be shaving your kid's head off to teach them a lesson. I've seen some crazy shit on social media. Like, we got to get back to real parenting, tough love. That's just how it has to be. Go through the court system to protect yourself. You got to do that. I looked it up. That's a real thing. Petition your courts, your juvenile courts. Every state has it. Go to your juvenile court system and petition your court. Put in a petition through your juvenile court system for unruly child. And write in there in detail, because there's a form that you fill out, like a statement form. Write in there the things that you're dealing with your child, so that when they got to come to your house after you done had to snap off on your child to parent them, it's in there what you're already dealing with to protect yourself, so you don't be in handcuffs for trying to be a mother. Seriously. We got bills to pay. We have responsibilities. Like, we have things that we're trying to do. Don't nobody want to lose their fucking house, car, and everything that you work hard for an unruly child. No one wants to emancipate their child, meaning put them out and say, okay, I'm done. Nobody wants to do that. Because as a parent, we just have a soft space in our heart for a child, especially a mother if you carry them 9 months. You don't want your child to just be out there where you don't know where they are. You don't know if they're dead or alive. You don't know what the fuck is going on with your child, because they won't listen. So you have to take necessary measures. Yes, it's going to hurt, even if you have to call the police. I know a lot of people say, I ain't calling the police on my kids. Call the police, hey. Put their ass in a program, scared straight program. Whatever you got to do to save their life before they take yours. You hear it all the time. Look at the crime shows, crime network, where kids are taking out their parents now. I don't know why these kids are so angry nowadays. I don't know why. And it should never come down to it's either me or you. It should never be that when it comes to your child. But then again, when they're down here, that's where the discipline starts. A 1-year-old know what means. Knows what no means. If you tell a 1-year-old they know what that means. So you mean tell me a 16-year-old don't know right from wrong? We got to get back to good parenting. That's it. We got to get back to good parenting, right? That's a little lesson. I had to play this because, baby, listen, when I see a lot of these kids, a lot of them, they're hurting. There are things that these kids are going through, and they're lashing out for a reason. And I know Black people don't like therapy, but get your kids in therapy to figure out why the fuck they're so angry. At 13, you should not be carrying that much at 13. You should be having a ball at life. You should be figuring out what's the next steps that you want to do. Doing well in school. Put them in some sports. See, when your kids are too idle, they have time to think about things they should not be thinking about. They're so busy. That's how my parents had me. I stayed in sports. That's why I had scholarship when I went to college. I stayed in sports. I ran track. I did all the shit that I needed to do to not be idle. Keep your kids in things so they can elevate and motivate their minds. Because a idle mind is definitely the devil's workshop. They're sitting back thinking of shit they shouldn't be doing. And if they're staying out overnights where they should not be, because kids do have curfews, go through your courts, your local court system, your juvenile court division, and file an unruly child petition on your child so that you can get a handle on your child. All right? That's some help for some parents out there that might be dealing with that situation, that don't want to go to jail for trying to parent their child. Okay? So thank y'all so much for this show. You guys, I appreciate it. Thank y'all for rocking with me. I will be doing a pop-in later on today. All right, let's take that down. We don't need it because that's the end of the show. But thank y'all so much, okay? I appreciate you all. To my Top Flight Maj, True TV Podcast, Tower KVR, Sweet Essence, Scorpion, Missing Rose, Armstead. Thank y'all so much because y'all know I love y'all down. Y'all do an awesome job of modding for me, keeping the trolling down. So thank y'all. To all the content creators that stopped by here to support my video. Thank you so much to Jonetta Speaks, Deary Talk, Black Women in the Building, Schoolboy. Thank you so much to Simple Mom Family TV, Stu Queen B. Thank you, Miss Dee, JCD Creation, Shay P, Queen Speaks TV. Thank you so much, Shay, Renee. Those are my usuals. Please, mods, let me know if I missed anyone. Y'all pardon me for wiping my nose. My sinus is acting a fool today. Drop in the chat, let me know that I missed anyone, because I always like to thank everyone for being here. Okay, that's it. All right, well, we're gonna get on out of here, honey. Y'all keep your notifications on so you guys will know when I go live again, because I'll be popping in periodically throughout the day to give you guys more news that I know y'all can use, because you keep coming over here. All right, but y'all know I love y'all. I'm gonna try to always give you guys great topics and a great show. So until the next video, I will see you guys later. Love you guys down. Please like the video, share the video, and subscribe. All right, bye.
I wake up every minute with the fever dreams. I push my mind to a limit where it needs to be. I work blind, got vision I don't need to see. I'm picking mind over matter, I believe in me. I need to find more hours in the day to breathe. Need to find more power in the way I be. And when my mind turns sour with the painful scenes, I need to scream out loud, I can't stop me. I wanna be the greatest like Rocky. You know I leave them all hating like a hobby. I'm out here making moves like a lobby. And if you ain't with me, it's your loss. See, I got my mind on the facts, I'm a python, grab what I like real fast. Stroke until I have everything I attack, everything that I lack, everything that I want, and I see, matter of fact. Cause I'm my own worst enemy. Only if I let it be. I can control anything if I can just think carefully. I control my destiny. Deep up in my mind I manifest it. Every morning I wake up obsessed, and everything I do the best. And deep within my mind you know I'll always manifest it. What I need next. If I could just believe, then I know I can turn all of my thoughts into a real threat. Cause I'm my own worst enemy. Only if I let it be. I can control anything if I can just think carefully. I control my destiny. Deep up in my mind I manifest.